Hey guys, Tori Boggs here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do the arm wrap. The arm wrap is a basic level jump rope skill, but what's so great about this move is how progressive it is. So you don't even need to be able to do a basic jump yet to do this. It's all about rope manipulation. We're not actually jumping over the rope, but it's going to be very progressive going forward in a lot of moves. So it's a very foundational skill. It's a great place to start, and let's get right into that tutorial. All right, so as I mentioned before, you're not actually gonna be jumping over the rope for this skill. So a basic jump isn't necessarily a prereq, though the more skills that you can do, the easier it will be to learn as you go. So a great way to start practicing the movements that you need for the arm wrap is to place your handles in both hands and just work on those forward swings on, let's say, the right to start. So making sure that that rope is swinging nice and parallel next to your body. It helps to do this in front of a mirror or something that you can see yourself in, and then make sure that you have that on your left as well. And once these are feeling really smooth and comfortable, well, first of all, make sure that we're not doing poor technique, right? It's breaking down also the basic bounce. So you don't want to have your arms straight out to the side like this where you're using your shoulders. You want to try to pull those hands to your side, and if the rope is too long, you can also make the rope a bit shorter to practice this skill. So you have it forward, and also you want to have it backwards, because in the arm wrap, we're going to kind of be swinging the rope different directions. So this is also really good to make sure that you master. So left side backwards, right side backwards. And then the last type of arm swing that will be really helpful for this one is a crossover. So how that works is when you have your handles in both hands, we're swinging forward. When the rope is in the up position, you're actually gonna cross your right arm low and at your left hip on the down part of that swing. So it comes up and you cross over and down. And that is that crossover. When the rope comes up again, you uncross. So it's just boom, boom, open, cross. So get that cross swing down with the right hand. Switch sides, get it really down with that left hand. Even backwards as well. So on this one, it's kind of the opposite. So the rope will be down, and as it's coming to that up position is when you're gonna be crossing it. So down to up, down to up. Right, so that's the backwards version with the right hand, and then the backwards version with that left hand as well. This is also a really great way to warm up your arms in general, so you're not tiring out your lower body, or if you need to break down some arm movements that are giving you trouble and you don't want to quite expend so much energy on your legs, these are really great ways to break down rope movements. So now we're going to get into the most basic level of that arm wrap. Put your handles in both hands, stick your right arm out to the side, your left into your underarm, and now we have this nice U shape on the rope. So from your angle, it's gonna look like right arm out, left coming to that underarm. From this position, we're gonna wanna start swinging that rope forward around the arm, so you just keep swinging that right hand. Right arm will have full control of this. Wrap it all the way up, so we're nice and tight there with that loop, and then unwrap it and keep going backwards. So we're gonna also keep wrapping it in the backwards direction, because we're gonna kind of be switching directions as well in this arm wrap, and then unwrap it to a controlled finish. So make sure you have this down really well, these swings around your arm, and then you're gonna wanna switch sides. So stick your left arm straight out, your right hand comes to that left underarm, you have that nice loop. So here it is from your angle, right? Left arm out, right hand here. And we're gonna start swinging forward all the way to that nice tight wrap and unloop it. And then backwards, and again, undo that wrap. So that's a really great basic first arm wrap. It's not so practical. We're not really gonna be doing these movements so much in jump rope because it's just really not so efficient, but it's a really good way to start into that arm wrap. So the actual skill is just a little smaller version of that. So it's more efficient, it's more controlled. Same idea though. So you're starting with the handles in both hands like this. And this time you're just gonna wrap it, you're gonna swing the rope forward, and you're gonna wrap it around your right wrist. So instead of having our arms straight out to the side so big, we're more down here in close quarters. So that wrap occurs on you swing into the skill, and then you wrap it over on that first like full swing, so to speak. And then from this point, we're gonna shift across our body, so that's where that crossover comes into play, to unwrap it. So the rope is still going the forwards direction. This is a bit tricky, so you don't want to be switching the rope to be going backwards. It's still going in the forwards direction. But think about that crossover, because the right arm will now be swinging down and around to have that rope unwrap on that wrist. So you have swing, wrap, and then move to the other side, unwrap it, unwrap it. And as you see, my left hand is really just a support on this. So I have it kind of supporting my right arm here as I'm wrapping the rope. As I swing the cross, my left arm is still here in that supporting role, ready for that unwrap to happen. And then when you do unwrap the rope, take that extra swing, because you're gonna open right into whatever skill you wanna do next. It can be a jump, but it doesn't have to be. You can actually go back into continuous right arm wraps, or you can go ahead and switch to the other side, the left side. But I'm gonna show you this right arm wrap from kind of your position. So we're starting with the rope kind of on our right side. You go swing and wrap it. So it's just one time laid across my right wrist like this. And then from this point, the rope had that momentum. You swing it across to the left side, unwrap it, and finish out with that swing. So once that's feeling good, switch to the other side. Same thing goes, right? So we're on our left side, we have our right hand across, and we're starting into that swing over one fold. So it just comes across my wrist one time. And then to unwrap it, I'm swinging my left hand, I'm bringing it down across my body to my right hip, where I'm gonna continue the rope going forward, so making sure that that flow is happening, and I unwrap it and then swing out of it. So from this point, once you have both sides down, you can really go from one arm wrap, and then on that swing, you're now switching to that second arm wrap. So let's say I'm going from the right side, I'm unwrapping it right here. From this point, you're gonna switch the positions of your hands, because when we started with the right arm wrap, our right arm was out farther than our left. When we start with the left arm wrap, our left hand is out farther than the right. So we wanna make sure that we're getting back into that position to now start that left arm wrap, where we swing over, unwrap, and then you're good. And then ultimately, you wanna master the skill by kind of being able to go back and forth from arm wrap to arm wrap. And then from this point, once you really have those down and feeling really comfortable, that's when you're gonna be able to expand into a lot of different progressive skills that use that arm wrap. And it's really about working on that upper body, that arm rope manipulation, and having a lot of control of the rope. So have fun with it and enjoy that arm wrap. Thank you guys so much for learning the arm wrap with me today. Please subscribe, leave a like, drop a comment on this skill if you're having trouble, or any other skills that you want to see here in the future. And until next time, happy jumping. Woo! Presented by Brooks Running.